All right, looks like we're live. Are we? Let's check the sound. All right, looks like we're live. Sound is super duper low. Let me tweak that real quick. All right, looks like we're live. Sound is super duper low. Let me tweak that real quick. All right, looks like we're live. Sound is super duper low. Let me tweak that real quick. Looks like we're live. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm new to this. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm new to this. Test, test, test. How well am I? I'm sorry, everybody. I'm new to this. Test, test, test. How well am I? Test, test, test. How well am I? All right, that actually sounds pretty good. I think it's more of a computer sounds issue more than anything. So, welcome. Let's just dive straight into Happy Charts ranked seasons because lots of cool things to do on ranked. Let me check my sound. Basically, welcome everybody. My name is Vincent. What is Happy Charts? Happy Charts is a trading simulator app, basically that helps the aims that help you learn how to trade, right? And part of the ways how we do it is like we have like charts, or there's one ways to make a decision, and then like based on the decision you can like get real-time feedback. Now the reason why we do this is because I believe that normal paper trading in general doesn't work. Most basic reason for that are most people don't like paper trading for a couple of weeks to a couple of months at max, and it was simply not enough data. So I made a platform, happycharts.nl, that helps to remove that biggest issue with paper trading. So it gives you like a real feel of the market. One of the cool things that we do is you get your own dashboard, your own metadata. I can actually show this. So this is my trading dashboard. So currently I have a win rate of 56, 57-ish percent. Average win of 1400. Average loss is 800. Average return is 2. Now it really depends on the periods, the arc periods where I did better than some of the periods as well. It's like the gist of it, right? Minus 7, for example. Those are like points where way better. So that's something that you have as an equity simulator. So let's pretend I really traded trades. Basically, on average, you can end up with this, and it show us like some practicing stats, which is like, okay, we also have this feature that helps you learn how to trade. We also have this feature. I'm going to skip most of that stuff. I'm just going to. I'm not on the ranked leaderboards this month yet. I was there on April with not that many trades in all honesty. I was there in March, most trades, but there on April. So it really depends on the season. I want to do it live. I did perform better offline though. So let's do it live and let's climb. It's make an account, but it's like free. To make an account. So at the start, we have some warm-up rounds, which is usually pretty cool. Let me check the sounds real quick before we continue. So at the start, we have some warm-up rounds, which is usually pretty cool. Let me check the sounds real quick before we continue. Warm-up rounds, which is usually pretty cool. Sounds. Test. Oh, it really sounds like it was like an echo all this time. Sorry, guys. The sound is also pretty loud, isn't it? So let's change that. How about this? Better, not great yet. Um, better, not great yet. Um, better, not great yet. I'm really struggling to understand where that echo is coming from. Let me mute myself while I say this. Okay, sounds finally good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live stream. My name is Vincent. Today we're going to play happycharts.nl. Happycharts.nl is a program I created. I created it because I really wanted to help people and myself, most importantly, actually, to um, really improve their trading skills. That's the biggest part. So it teaches you how to trade, it teaches you technical analysis, and it also teaches you trading principles. For example, it really helped me learning how to place like stop losses. It also comes with a nice trading dashboard. I have like placed 833 trades. Win rate is like roughly 55%. Also depends on where you play. Like currently, I haven't played any on the ranked season yet, but in April, for example, we have like a 75 win rate with only 12 trades, which isn't that much. March was the nicest because we actually had lots of people like joining. The Wall of Fame had like a 47% win rate. So yeah, May, not many participants, but let's change that by being one of those, right? So we're just going to play, we're just going to um, talk over the trades, why I made certain decisions, etc., etc. And over time, we're going to get like a pretty like good grasp, a concept, like how these things work, right? These are just like the warm-up rounds, by the way. So in the background, the tournament is actually being loaded. Um, this is actually bad practice what we're doing here, right? Because we don't have a stop loss. During practice rounds, we also cannot use indicators. Kind of forgot about that, but let's try to make a profit. Let's see if we can make all-time highs. Actually, that would be kind of nice on this one. Alright, we're greedy. Let's start the real tournaments. Couple of nice and important things to note here. So we did have like a nice downtrend. Did come down very nicely consolidated here, probably created like a new bottom. Like this is a snapshot of like 100 candles, so it's really hard to see like what happened beforehand, right? But my best guess is that we were actually in an uptrend. So let me check the RSI to verify that. Yeah, so RSI was high, which means that this was probably a pullback, and we probably like started like a new cycle somehow, slash somewhere. One more nice indicator that I tend to use is the happy bands, just to see where to place your stop loss. And also like one other like nice addition could be like the pattern recognition or pattern detection rather, if they are on the charts. But in this case they aren't, right? So it would make me believe that we're actually going up here. So let's just like make the first trade. I don't want to place it actually on this part here. We're also on resistance, which makes it a little bit awkward. And let's see. So we do lose a lot if we place the stop loss there, right? So we need to place it a little bit up. And because of the stop loss is like slightly awkward, in all honesty, right? It's kind of awkward. I also want to start with a more humble allocation. I still believe that the targets is probably somewhere here, right? So we can also just like set a take profit target somewhere around here. So the risk reward isn't the greatest in all honesty, but we can increase that by let me actually do this. It's kind of like on a 101 ratio. It's kind of bad because you lose like 30%, but that's why we actually have like 25% start amount, right? We can also start lighter. I don't really like losing too much in case the stop loss gets hit. It's also on a support. So actually what you wanted to do is this, and then you want to play for like higher prices, maybe the 500 is, but you're also like above it. So this isn't the ideal trade. Let's first and foremost, right? It isn't the most ideal trade in the world. But let's see what happens. It does look like it's going in our favor. I do like that. So I want to increase actually just to 100% or percent. That is like a normal, like how we would have done it normally. All right. Our stop loss is somewhere around here. It's kind of odd. We also still don't see a pattern. Right. So we're kind of banking on the fact that this was indeed like consolidation area. We found a new consolidation area and we actually like broke out, which is pretty good. We can also, oh, I can't pause it. Ooh, that was kind of lucky. So we went from 38 to 64. So it was actually, this was a hefty uptrend. More inclined to skip this because I don't like the structure too much. Right? You could argue that there's like some weird you're more against resistance, really. My best guess is that we're going to go sideways, maybe even lower at some point. I will skip this trade for now because I don't really see a pattern. Yeah, nice, we broke down. So the bias was slightly to the long side, but we didn't really get it. Now, also like an kind of like important thing to add here is when we press space, it's expected that the play button works. So we're going to actually like oh, we're going to our trusty to-do lists. Where are they? Aha! Now I see. My keyboard actually wasn't working. That's awkward. So we're on down, and we were already low, which makes me believe that this is like a sideways trend in a larger downtrends rather. Um, we do have this interesting spot. I think it wouldn't hurt to try to play for the long side here, even though we came like down. Maybe this is like a same type of consolidation area. We tried to break out. We're now kind of in this consolidation area. I think it just wouldn't hurt overall to try to play for the long side here. The stop loss is really clear. Take profits is also kind of nice. Kind of around this area. Why this area? Because we do have. Where are we? We do have some interesting resistance here, and I kind of want to undershoot it because this is also resistance, right? So this is kind of like our resistance area. And we simply make more. Still kind of on the lower side. I would place him here. I don't like the trade too much. So let's go in with a humble amount first, and let's see if the trade goes into our favor. Then again, we will increase. But I think it is worth the effort to play on the long sides most of the times, especially when you're in this type of consolidation area, because maybe you just go back to where you came from, basically. All right. Sideways. We're leaning more towards the stop loss, which is interesting. And this is our breakout, so here we can add. Let's just go to our target, basically. And that's our target. So that was our consolidation area. I mean, we're 100% out. Retests. Back up. So this is probably back to all-time highs. Price discovery, rather. Yeah, this would have been an insane trade. You could just like exit here. Right. I think this is kind of like the end of the run. This is probably the point where you like reconsolidate. Leaning more towards the short side here. Yeah, exactly. And you go back to this point here, which is kind of nice. It's interesting that you can't move it anymore, can you? Yeah. There's still some UX quirks that I want to solve. This one seems to be more that the rectangle, I think the chart, yeah, chart patterns like happy ends, NBBs, block, dragging, selecting. So as you can see, this platform is like still an active. I like that it's an uptrend. I don't like that it's slowing down. I'll probably skip this and accept the fact that we're missing some gains. Because my best guess is that it will still like kind of go up in a way. That was the top, okay. How much down is it now, actually? Okay, save for percentage ruler. Interesting. like one of these other tweaks percent. Cards. It's one other thing. It's kind of depends. So percentage ruler, it is selected. It's kind of like a click and use. The moment you drag, you can't use it, which is kind of awkward. So we're also going to add that. It's more like a UX thing, the other one. Let's see. Where is it? Probably at the bottom. To do, and I would say priorities high, but I probably need to like reprioritize. Elo is still low. That one is nice. That's like now medium because this one is high. And team colors are also important because they're not perfect. I can be more happy with this one, right? We're back to 50. We're in uptrend, kind of consolidated. I'm more happy to play the long side here. I'm more long oriented than not really. Take profit, I wouldn't know, so I'd probably like write it out. Doesn't really depends, like leverage. I wouldn't say it's like that sure of a thing, this one, honestly. Surprisingly enough, like I forgot that you can't remove stop loss, which you probably want when you're in a trade. So let me also add that. Move stop loss on and practice mode. Alright. You probably want to do this. I'm pretty sure close to liquidation, okay? I'll take it, I'll take it. I don't like how long we went sideways here. Oh my god. We're probably hitting it, aren't we? We're probably hitting it, aren't we? Okay! If we're going up now, we're going to lose my shit. We went up, didn't we? Well... it is awkward. So, we went sideways too long. We went sideways too long. Actually, I want to short this, but the opportunity is probably kind of gone, right? So we went from 63 to like bullish divergence. So I'm leaning towards a long, but because I'm not sure like where we would break out, I would kind of like chill a little bit. Okay. That's a good chill. I don't think we're out of the water, like out of the danger zone yet. You probably want to go sideways a little bit before like stuff happens, before we add to the trade. The reason why I went long here, by the way, is because of this bullish divergence. So if we quickly get rid of the happy bands, like see how we had this nice bullish divergence. So price went down and RSI went up. That's our bullish divergence. I actually want to add a little bit to this. The only drawback is that I can't use a stop loss anymore, so I can't spam, and we probably want to take profit like around here. This probably like a take profit line. Because you're still in a downtrend, which is not super duper sexy. But this looks good, like as long as you're not going down more. But also the thing that we've learned, actually let's close this and take the win. Because like one thing that I don't like is that we went like sideways super long, right? It's kind of too iffy, but I was probably too scared by this downtrend here because our take profit would have been hit. Oh, bad decision. Well, I thought we were in profit. What the fuck happens? Whoops. Oh, I was looking at this, but the price went up, didn't it? I need to... I need to check that again. Pretty sure the price went up there. I wonder for how long. Did I also say like how many days this is? No. I could probably count. So this feels like one... This feels like 50-ish candles. Quick cycle down. You're probably on 30. You probably hear a new cycle. So you're probably here around day 30, 40. So you probably end up with a peak around here is my best guess. Like up, up. And this is where I would expect a peak soon for this uptrend. Bearish divergences. Sideways minus short. Yeah, okay, there we go. But it was kind of like here, right? This is where you would have to take profits, is my best guess. Because this looks again like a new cycle where you would like make new highs. Is that true? Yeah, that's most definitely true. Okay, so the short-term play was short, long-term play was long, obviously. This one also looks like breakouts, cycle, you go down somewhere. We're pretty sure this is just like a confirmed uptrend, right? Sideways, consolidating. There we go. It's like 25% profit at this point. So not really that much of a point because this is probably where a new cycle started. Slow. Maybe this was a sideways cycle or then up cycle. Right, and this at this point, whether this is the new cycle, I don't think these are 60 candles though. So let's pretend this was cycle low. I think this was like a new cycle low. I think this like a new cycle high. Cycles are kind of hard to count if you don't know the days, which kind of annoying. I feel like this is a nice short angle. Well, let's see if we actually have people in the chat. I didn't check. Let's go short. Haven't went short for a while. I don't know where my target will be, but I'll just like take profit on the first like sign of first sign of profits. If there are any, or did I short the double bottom? Could be the case. Let's wait. I felt like that was like a fine short angle. Exactly. So let's chill out a little bit. So we're at minus 10%. Let's chill. There we go. Yeah, now we're going in, right? So that's the point where we're probably going to like consolidate probably into like the upper band area and then come back. Or it's probably the point where you make a like a temporary low rather, right? So I can imagine you have your RSI, you have your bullish divergence again. So lower lows, higher lows. And maybe consolidate till here ish. I can see that happening as well. Sideways, this feels like a new cycle. Like a cycle low actually, right? So this feels like a fine long that you would probably like sell real soon, is my best guess. Is that true? We almost hit the target there. Close, close, close. Target hits. Pullback immediately. Yeah, so it's still downtrend, obviously. So you probably went up like 17 to 22 days, and then you go down. Actually, pretty nice. Uptrend. So uptrend, cycle low, cycle high. How many days would this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's say 16, 24, 40-ish. This is roughly 8, 16. So this is 40. This is day 50. Would be like a fine long, I'm pretty sure. Let's ape in. I'm pretty sure this is like a relatively safe long as well. Alright. Whoops. Not as safe as I thought.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Scott. I'm streaming. So let's keep on adding on the way down to dollar cost average. So, my best guess is that we want to sell on a bounce. This is probably the one I want to sell. Yeah, nice. I'm pretty sure we made some profits off of that as well. So, not too happy with that one. We made some profit, but it was mostly because we dollar costed average out and we went, we sold the moment the price gave us an opportunity to. This also looks like a cycle top, right? So we probably went straight up for like a good 40 to 50-ish days. So my best guess is that we can still go down for like 10 more days. Not too much profit to find here, so let me skip this one actually. And then let's see the price go up again. Wait, fuck, I should have just gone long. Now that I think about it. Well, left insulated cycle into downtrends? Or what's going to happen here? Price discovery. Yeah, I wouldn't say that one was super duper obvious. So we came down, made a double bottom. Yeah, you kind of have like two cycles in here, right? Cycle low. So this is cycle low, this is cycle low. Cycle low, cycle low. I don't know whether this is like, based on this, I feel like it's a decent short attempt. It's a decent short attempt, but I'm pretty sure you make more money on the upsides. So if we pretend that this is going to be a... Oh, it's not even a... I'd rather skip this, in all honesty. Yeah, this was still downtrend. So this was a fine short angle, actually. I'm just not that comfortable in my shorts. That's fine. Once again, we're in uptrends. This is our second leg up. We're creating bearish divergencies, so I'd rather skip this. Probably an okay short at the short term. Long term depends on how long you want to play this, right? Feels like we reached the top. We've been on the high end for a really long while. I think a short angle is probably justified here. Stop loss. Let's move it a little bit up. Since it's the short, I can only do 10% of the portfolio, and let's see where it brings us. Well, I guess that was not a great choice. That's why we have stop loss. It feels more like a short angle. We're in a downtrend. Down, 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 down. Sideways. Once again, I don't have like a super big reason to think why this shouldn't go lower, so we just do the same trick. 10% just to be in the trade. Stop loss around here. Probably want to have it around here. 10% still a lot, but it's like netto like 2% each loss that you have doing this. Feels more like an chance, yeah. Was this top too tight? What's happening here? I wonder whether it would have moved. It feels more like a stable uptrend, right? Well, it feels like a sideways period after the uptrend, rather. I'm kind of waiting for a nice setup. Like, I don't want to trade just to trade. Volatile periods, kind of spooky. Double top, though it feels like a short angle. But I don't like the odds. That was like a high up. Double bottom. I feel like we could play for a quick up. But then again, I don't know what's happened in the past. It's kind of awkward. I'll skip. I want to have a good, nice, smooth setup. This one is nicer. I felt like it had its downtrend, right? So down. This is probably like a whole cycle. Because this doesn't look like it was. This one I want to try to catch. Yeah, this feels more fine as well. Let's start with a small allocation. And let's see what happens. So we're now at RSI 50, so we're officially going sideways. On like a bullish breakout, I'll go all in. It just looks like we're getting it right here. Right. Let's add slightly more. Okay. Stop loss hits. Oh, I think stop loss was too tight on us. Which is a shame. I don't think it will actually go up now that I'm looking at it more properly. Oh, fuck us. Okay, well. It's kind of unfortunate. Gap up, so that's good. We can probably ride this gap. I think it's kind of spooky to ride those gaps. Double top, slightly higher. Let's close. This one didn't feel super great. Let's see what we have. Sharp V shape, sideways. Looks like a long angle. I think this is going to be a nice one if it just like let it ride. In all honesty. It's probably the end of this cycle trend. Double bottom. It's an awkward candle actually. Same story. Bullish divergence. Looks like it came from a high price. Can be a top, by the way, this one. Let's play it out. Yeah, that was a close resemblance to a top. Consolidate before going lower. Exactly. Nice. This one is more comfortable to take with more data. This one's definitely more comfortable to take with more data because, well, if you just pretend that everything is an upset. So it came from a higher price, consolidates a little bit. I think the safer bet is long, but you wouldn't go all in. And you probably want to have a stop loss somewhere. Where would that be? I think this is too tight. I don't like this one too much. You did gap upwards. Let's just go with this for now. Okay. Stop loss hits. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing we use stop losses. This looks rather safe to take. This one is super fresh, that's why I'm not super bothered with this one. So one simple rule: we're on 30% profits. Might as well take it, right? You just have to do like a couple of these trades a year, and you're probably fine. Of course, you could have squeezed out more. We also didn't have to close everything, by the way, but the option was super fresh, looked really nice. This also kept open. This is probably like a whole cycle. My idea here is you don't see it that often, and would it actually... No, it's not detected. Shame. Okay, so my best guess is that we're dealing with some triangle action right here. Let's see. Am I selecting it? Trendline, hello? Alright, so you're probably dealing with some triangle action. And because the, well, actually, let's, let's do this, allocate low, and on breakouts, you go all in. Right, I feel like that's the safest bet. Breakout is ugly, but we didn't get stopped out, so we're just going to roll with what we're dealing with. Yeah. Kind of wonder. And here probably continue. Stop loss was a type of, and honestly, like the happy bands also would have. Oh, wait, at this point, where were we? This was a stop loss, so the happy band stop loss strategy maybe barely wouldn't have stopped you out. But it's a pity because the price probably keep going up, right? Or was that it? Seems kind of like a disappointing breakout. Seems like it looked like a whole market top at that point as well. Let's see. We just have like a sharp downtrend. I think we want to play this to the short side. We want to do it here. So I'll select shorts. I'll do 1%. We confirm. What's what I wanted to do? I guess this is where I wanted to allocate more, right? Ooh, this is where we have to be careful. Sudden spikes are fine, but this is probably a reversal. Let's close this. Or was I too scared? It looks reversal-ish right here. Right? Yeah. There we go. High volatility. Super high volatility. I'd rather skip this one. Looks like a simple uptrend to me. Though you're probably, depending on where the... Let's skip this. Yeah, that one wasn't super worth. This one feels like you just had your correction. Let's see, if you come down, you just sell. I kind of want to fully allocate, and when it comes down, you just sell. But I feel like this could lead to new all-time highs. Yeah. This probably looks crash, I think we could play a couple of cycles with this uptrend, right? There's probably correction, sideways. This one's kind of ugly, so let's just close. Exactly, very nice. So when I'm talking about cycles, I mean like this was probably just like a cycle low. You could ride it up kind of till here. And here's where you reevaluate again. Okay, so is this going to be a cycle where you continue making new all-time highs, or is this going to be like a left translated cycle, meaning we have like a failed to rally, couldn't go above the all-time high, and then go down again, which seems the latter seems to be the case here. Here again, like this was probably the end of the cycle, maybe cycle low. I usually don't like these angles too much. Like here's too little data. Like if we were here, then fine. I'm actually more leaning towards the short side, but that's probably not accurate. Oh, it was indeed not accurate. Okay. It was good. There's probably a small short angle as well. Probably not worth to take. Minus 3%. You're probably in the middle of making an uptrend. So this is probably the first 20 days. Probably at day 34 or 40-ish. Maybe a couple more candles long and then you cash out. Alright. Yeah, this is probably fine. Just take this as it is. And then it went down. Really nice, really good. Same story. Bearish divergence. End of the cycle. New cycle starts. Probably price discovery cycle is my best guess. I don't like this, so we're out. Yeah, exactly. So the reason why we went out is like if we were indeed in a price discovery cycle, this is the place where we would have made the price discovery, right? So this was actually the start of the cycle, was assessed correctly. I think or maybe here actually, I think day 20-ish was still fine. Which means that this was left translated. So this is like a whole short cycle. You know what? We're probably buying a temporary top. So let's do this. I think we're at the start of a new... Oh, well, okay. Let's take that. One candle before the top, pretty decent. That's why buying uptrends still isn't really safe. Like everyone's saying, like the trend is your friend, which is true until it isn't. I feel like the trend is your friend as long as you're aware of like how cycles are working, then you're kind of more fine. Another triangle up angle. I feel like this is a great long. I feel like this is a really great long. Yeah, there we go. Kind of disappointing breakouts of these things though. Let's get out. That's our gap. So this was a false breakout. But mostly indicated by this one. I feel like this bounce was still fine. This was weak. Kind of disappointed that this was where we confirmed the false breakout. So you hit resistance and they come back down. You'd probably like bounce back up like somewhere to here. Let's check if that's actually true. You'd probably bounce up somewhere to here, maybe a little bit higher. And my best guess is that you will go kind of like so-ish. Okay, so you hit. So it was still an uptrend, so it just went more down than expected, probably, right? Is this another false breakout? It was definitely not clean. But the fact that this was wrong is probably an indication that this is the start of the new uptrend. So this wasn't it. This was the end of the uptrend, so this is probably the start of a new uptrend. If I would have to guess. And from the looks of it, we're going back to all-time highs here, right? Yeah. Pretty good. I feel like this is fine long angle. Oh, fuck. This is actually how you lose money. Let's not fuck with this. So we're in uptrend. Seems fine again to me though. Kind of just looking for that for those like nice breakouts. Which this definitely isn't it, right? Kind of messing up my principles here. Let's just get out. Oh my god. So again, I was too scared here, which is kind of fortunate. Let's refocus. Let's refocus. Seems almost the start of an uptrend. Let's try. Yeah, that's nice. So we could just like safely assume that this is going to like rise like higher up. Unfortunately, the losses we took were kind of silly. I think we were already on like 27k, I think. Like these are more like the trend is your friend type of plays, right? So long as uptrend, short downtrends, probably safe long with a stop loss. Oh, does it take profit targets? Let me remove this real quick. With a stop loss probably here around 5%. The 5% is like fine to take, honestly. Alright, let's close. Ooh. Lots of false breakouts we're catching, which is kind of unfortunate. This is probably a short angle. Another false breakout, right? So this is probably a short that you can ride for longer. Let's do add the stop loss. It's kind of 10%, so I don't like it too much. You know, it feels like everything. Well, it's fine. Let's take it. So it did went up again. Sharp pump. Gamble that it will keep going up. Okay, we're back. Oh fuck, did I? Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate, really. Okay, I kind of fucked up. I did fuck up, folks. It's probably another short angle. We're definitely not going all in on the shorts, and we're going to use a stop loss on the shorts. But as you can see, like even though I did fuck up like lots of trades there at the end, win percentage is even kind of bad in all honesty. One sec. So win rate super bad. I'm not happy with the amount of money so we started out sharp, right? And then at some point, it usually happens during these live streams at the end, where I just lose way too much money. But yeah, basically, if you liked this live stream, please do like, subscribe, come back. We're going to do this almost daily, at least as often as possible. And we keep on going to. The goal here is to increase our win rates mostly, but it's also just like nice to keep up, right? This will also be added to the dashboards basically, right? So today we had like kind of like a bad. I'm not. The average loss is fine. Average win is actually really great, so that's actually really nice. I'm not too happy about the win rate of today. That was kind of silly. The losses we had were also kind of silly. So we're going to do that better. But everyone, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.